Athena waiting on it, letting Billy Starks fall into these traps and mentally preparing for them and coming out with better hands. Athena. Fans as our competitors catch their breath. Tomorrow after college football playoffs Saturday, catch collision immediately following the playoffs, coast to coast on TNT, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, and of course, like 34th Street Wednesday at 8 p.m. TBS. Some great wrestling for the holidays. Fill your plate with Ring of Honor and AEW. Of course, that Boxing Day event just announced will be from the Hammerstein Ballroom Thursday on Honor Club. Ooh, we'll head to Ring of Honor Boxing Day as the world champion. Down here, Boxing Day Raw, first time ever. Dana willing to take that count out. Billy Starks cover here. Cover 2. Look at Athena, man. She's taking her time, man. Just no rush. Athena grabs a perfect professional wrestler. Knows what buttons to push, when to put them. It's remarkable. She's turned down no challengers. She's turned down no opponents. Real champion. Does she always follow the rules? No. But she finds a way to win, and at some points that's admirable. Unfortunately, she's done it at the expense often of the young woman that's trying to kick it, claw her way to the World Championship. Yeah, Billy Starks hasn't always followed the rules either. He's having a change of heart as Billy Starks. He's the damage. Worse for Billy Starks, but even worse for Athena. Athena hitting that grill on the way down, hitting that corner post. Skull to steel. And the champion is dazed. The challenger trying to get back to her foot. But it's Athena, the champion. Oh, maybe not. DDT. Starts with the opening. Athena's planted and stuck. Yeah, Athena's stuck, man. Athena was just moving off instinct. I think she was walking, knocked out, just moving off it like sleepwalking into the position. And now she's in a very bad position. If Billy starts to get a wherewithal about her, she might be able to gain the championship. And it's Billy, the challenger, rolling toward the ropes. Athena now grabbing that neck. Think about it. Athena just hit the corner post and just got dropped on her head. That's a lot of damage to the head right there. And Athena doesn't know where she is right now. Just now finding her opponent. Hatred in the eyes of the champion. Oh, the big back elbow. Focus and determination in the eyes of the challenger. Look at that big left clothesline. Holding on by a thread, though. Damage early in the match. You called it, Caprice. Athena keeps getting up. Oh, my goodness. Jeez. My God, I heard the teeth clack on that. Billy Starks off the ropes. Billy! Wait a minute. Planning down Athena, the challenger. Staying on the champion here. And the struggle. It's Billy Starks. Looking around. Really nice playbook. Wow, man! What a allude to the former champion, man. A lot of respect there. This is a lot that Billy Starks is pulling from Sumi and has been around Athena all this time. It's like she's found a new Ring of Honor champion to admire. I think it's been there the whole time. That is why Billy Starks ascended as quickly as she did. By the time she was 18 years old, competing in Ring of Honor. By the time she was 16 years old, competing in internationally recognized promotions. This woman absorbs knowledge, not afraid to learn, and not afraid to go a little bit to the dark side with some violence here to stun the champion. Thinking about every malinformed thing that's ever been done to her by the woman she has in her hands right now. Knee to the back, paying back. Another impressive thing about Billy Starks is a lot of this she did. She was wrestling while being in college full-time and did it successfully. And now the knee and the point of the back right into that spine. Driving that kneecap you see here. This great shot. Hammerstein Ballroom making history once again. Continuing the proud lineage of Ring of Honor. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight. The second half of our final battle main event.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. We are currently watching the main event of Ring of Honor Final Battle. Ring of Honor Women's Champion Athena is in the ring against Billy Starks. Once the match is over, we'll be on with you with results of every match on the show, along with some news. Until then, let's check out the remainder of the main event, Ring of Honor Battle or Final Battle.
And it is Billy who rolls through from baseline. Last shot style maneuver on the brainbuster of the knee. Off the leg. 2. No, not yet. Not yet for Billy Starks. And the back of Athena's hand hit the knee of Billy Starks on the way down. There's a lot of damage that's done to the hand of Athena. Think about the corner post. Think about the driver thing move that just happened right there. Athena's in a lot of trouble. And the smash mouse. Yeah. I mean, everything Billy's doing is slowly adding up. Oh, big drop kick. What agility from the world champion. Out of nowhere, out of desperation, hanging out the dry now is Billy Starks and Athena fighting to keep herself feet under her. Now perched up, it is Athena with the challenger. And nothing good happens up on the top rope. Full grasp Athena had made body slam. Fallaway slam from the top. And Billy in trouble. Like on cover. 2. Athena's gonna roll. My goodness, this is a fight, Riccaboni. It certainly is. And you saw the instinctive ability to try and get to the ropes. Maybe try and roll outside Athena. Smart move, getting over as quick as she could to go for the pin there. The funny thing is, a lot of the smart things that Billy Starks is doing, she's learned from Athena. Remember Billy Starks when she first came in as a young upstart talent that had so much potential. Now she's taking the potential from the champion. Probably had the greatest tutelage ever under Athena, and now it's facing Athena. It could be the new Ring of Honor Women's Champion. Well, let's not underestimate, though, the emotional toll, the manipulation, almost the comparison, the brainwashing that took place as well. Billy's endured a lot physically, mentally to get herself to this point. She has earned the right as a former Ring of Honor Women's World Television Champion, the very first one, to have this rematch for the Ring of Honor World Championship. And it's Billy who gets caught by Athena. He's going to kick up the ladder. Athena then took her. And as Athena continues to fight, continues to have these bursts of energy no matter what's going on. And the lights were on, but no one's home for Billy. Billy's in trouble here. That's called eyes shut, Riccaboni. The eyes are open, but nobody's home. Athena, springboard, body, cover here, 2, and that is not a move that normally wins matches, but the way Billy Starks' body just crumbled, I thought that could have been it. It definitely collapsing like a piano landing on your head. Billy Starks in a lot of trouble now. The conditioning playing a part. Champion is in this thing. I feel Riccaboni, but does it kill you, make you stronger? And that's exactly where Billy Starks is. As long as she stays in this fight, she has a chance to be champ. But that's a razor's edge caprice. Yeah, I both know that. That is a fine line to walk as Billy Starks has Athena. Oh, and Athena hanging on. Yeah, Athena hanging on. Starks trying for that spike power slam. Oh, this nice trap. This is a trap here on Athena. And Billy Starks happens. Oh, God. Athena is so awesome. The stack, the cover, 2, and that is not it. Making Billy Starks kick out of that. You see that Athena saw that Billy Starks was close to the ropes and gathered her arms together so she couldn't grab the ropes, making Billy Starks have to kick out of that. Exerting energy to kick out of that. Athena knows everything that she's doing, Riccaboni. She certainly does. But is she wearing herself down at this point? You had a salient point where Billy Starks can hang on. Maybe they use full energy. Maybe I'm an optimist. But Billy Starks, as long as she's breathing, still has a chance. Athena looking to end it with the old face up top now. Athena! Oh! Face blocked! There you go! Belly back suplex there, that German! Who else would block the old face? Is someone that's seen it so many times? Side suplex. Athena, Billy right back up. Those long legs, planting the boot in the face of Athena. But Athena driving that forearm through. That's the precursor to violence, Caprice. If you ask me, man, there's 2 champions in that ring right now. Oh! Across the stairs. Oh, jeez. Who has ever went toe-to-toe with Athena like Billy Starks is doing right now? Only Billy Starks last year. And that heel kick past the challenger, the champion Athena, followed in by the challenger Billy Starks. Big scoop. Billy Starks up now. No, this is dangerous. No. Wait a minute. Oh, it's Billy. Billy moves the driver. Puts the leg. Dude, it's serious. History must wait here at the Hammerstein. Goodness, Riccaboni. Perfect power drop in the middle of the ring, even with a jump on it. The champion landed on her head. That speaks a lot about a thing to be able to kick out of that. A good start to gather herself together and continue the onslaught. It didn't put her away, but it definitely put her down. Caprice, this feels like the point in a match where you got to fire your best shot. Should Billy push the chips in here? Should she look for that star 10? Should she look for that swan dive? What are you thinking here if you're Billy Starks?
I think what she needs to do is something fast. The longer she lets Athena wait, the more Athena gains her strength back. The more Athena's getting the air to breathe, to recover, to be who she is. And even Athena going to the outside of the ring is what Athena does. She knows what she's doing. She's biding time, and that's what she's great at doing. And Billy Starks may be falling into a trap.
Rear waist lock here. Billy Starks, Athena holding on. The champion. Oh, that's what I was talking about. Baited her. Oh, geez, right across the windpipe of Billy Starks. And, heavy forearms from Athena.
Yeah, we've seen Athena dish out so much offense. Yeah, it's time to bring that forearm there, knock Athena out, man. Straight on the jaw. They can't keep Billy Starks out.
A lot behind the cut. A lot behind Billy, but it's Athena. It's Athena. Oh, no. On the apron. We've seen that broken.
Billy's trying to block it.
And Billy. Keep her bounce. Alabama slam on the apron.
Billy's not finished with the body.
Billy, what are you doing, kid?
This is where you're taking the risk with the body. You have to do this. That's exactly what Billy Starks is doing.
Jesus, guy.
Knocking on the door. The challenger. It's gotta be enough.
My God, look at this again, Riccaboni.
Oh, as both competitors are down, we take a look now. And this Alabama slam. Watch the feet first, which has to cause more torque on the back of the neck. And then look at the swan.
Beautiful to the outside, from the top of the post to the floor. Listen.
And the crowd here in Manhattan in the Hammerstein Ballroom. Our final battle main event.
Exhausted, worn down, fighting with everything they have left, trying to find breath and using that last breath to do what they need to do. The champion is face down, prostate position.
And Billy's knee may have been jammed up in all of that. And it is Athena trying to get her bearings. Billy trying to get hers as well. Billy pulling over, looking to make the cover, but it's Athena.
Yeah, rolling out, trying to buy more time, rolling away from the challenger. Billy Starks slow to grab hold, but grabbing hold nonetheless as the gut wrench applied.
Shadows in motion, sent into the corner. It's Billy Starks now. Billy trying to get underneath the champion. Wait a minute, that arm is hooked.
It's just trying to get Athena onto the top.
Oh. Athena. Whoa! Goodness.
That was so dangerous, man. Nowhere to land there, not knowing where your feet are. Could have jammed her knees, jammed her ankles. Athena could care less.
And the violence, that sinister smile of this two-faced warrior. And Athena, who can barely reach her feet. Off the ropes. Wait a second. And
Posey was holding up Billy Starks.
Posey's down. Posey's down. And Athena has the challenger right where she wants her. With no official.
Posey's out with the body. Posey was trying to help Billy Starks to her feet. And Athena was Lexi. What's she doing?
What's this? The microphone in hand. Oh, blocked by Starks.
situation that Posey was in, Patrick took so much punishment. At no fault of his own. Of course not. At no fault of his own. And Billy Starks is right there. Billy, go get it. Go get it, Billy. Billy Starks trying for it again. Athena holding on for dear life. Uh-oh. Turnbuckle open. And Athena went for that microphone. She didn't get it in time. Now the turnbuckle exposed. Oh! Poison Rana. Athena arched her back a lot on that as well. That turnbuckle is still exposed. Posey watching both athletes for health risk. And that Billy charging in. Oh, the knee clipped. The skull of Billy Starks. The skull of Billy Starks. And that exposed turnbuckle. Billy Starks is out of her feet. Oh, face coming. Athena. Oh, gosh. That's a knockout blow from the body. Like hooks. Forever champion. May not be a cliche.
Well, that was a bit of a surprise. Athena defeating Billy Starks to retain the Ring of Honor Women's title. After the build, I was certainly expecting Billy Starks to come out as the new Women's World Champion here in Ring of Honor. We're wrapping up Ring of Honor Final Battle. We're going to have full results for you in just a minute. We got Athena in the ring, standing over Billy Starks. Just going to give it a minute to see if we see any surprises to end the show. There were a few surprises on the show. We'll go over them in just a minute. We're going to recap Final Battle match results. We got some ratings results, some TV news. We got a full wrestling calendar coming up for the next month and a half, I'd say. And here on Ring of Honor, they're showing an ad for Wrestle Dynasty Sunday, January 5th at the Tokyo Dome. We'll be talking about that shortly. Athena's exiting the ring. Billy Starks is still in the ring. Athena did defeat Billy Starks to retain her ROH Women's title tonight at Final Battle in front of a sold-out Hammerstein Ballroom. And the show's wrapping up. They're just showing some ads for upcoming events. AEW World's End next Saturday. All right, and it looks like that's it. Athena, once again, retaining the ROH Women's title in the main event of Ring of Honor Final Battle. I don't know why I keep wanting to say Battle Royal. That's the second time I've said it tonight, but Athena retaining on Final Battle tonight. Overall, pretty good show. I certainly enjoyed it. Real quick, want to thank everybody for tuning in to RassleRama Radio. In case you missed it at the beginning, we've got a full recap of Ring of Honor Final Battle. We've got some TV news, some upcoming events, and much, much more. Let's get into it. So tonight we watched Ring of Honor Final Battle live from the Hammerstein Ballroom. Sold out, 1,400 tickets. The crowd was certainly hot during some matches, and some they just weren't. I believe I missed a match or two during the pre-show. I got on right when Hanako was wrestling Harley Cameron. Hanako did win that match. We then saw the Kingdom defeat the Infantry. The Gates of Agony defeated Lee Johnson and EJ Nduka. All these guys were really good. I think with some more experience and maybe working with some more experienced guys, instead of two young teams working against each other, if they mixed in with some more experienced teams, these guys could really be something in the future. We also saw Atlantis Jr. defeat Mansoor. Shibata defeated Tommy Billington, the British Bulldog. And then the opener of the actual Ring of Honor Final Battle pay-per-view portion of the show, Jay Lethal, who was out in his Black Machismo gimmick, pinned QT Marshall. Jeff Jarrett came out late in the match, hit a guitar shot on Aaron Solo. Red Velvet pinned Layla Hirsch. Ring of Honor Pure Champion Lee Moriarty defeated a surprise Nigel McGuinness. Unannounced surprise. It was a really good match. The Pure Champion matches have different styles and different rules. They really played into the rope breaks. The crowd was really into the match, and they were super into seeing Nigel McGuinness compete tonight. We then saw the Righteous lose to Sammy Guevara and Dustin Rhodes in a bull rope match. Next, we saw the Survival of the Fittest match for the Ring of Honor TV title. This was a 6-man elimination match. So every man for himself. The competitors were Willie Mack, Mark Davis, Commander, Blake Christian, AR Fox, and the Ring of Honor TV champion Brian Cage. And it came down to Commander and Blake Christian. And Commander won the match to become the new Ring of Honor TV champion by pinning Blake Christian. Very good performance by everybody in the match. I guess one thing about it, you got Commander, nothing against him. You got him winning the ROH TV title, and then his next 2 matches for AEW are against Brody King and Cesaro in the Continental Classic. I don't see him winning either one of those, so it makes very little sense having your ROH TV champion be basically a jabroni in this Continental Classic tournament, but that's what they're doing. Nonetheless, good performance by Commander, very good performance by Blake Christian. I've been a fan of Blake for a few years now, watching him on Game Changer Wrestling on Triller. Guy plays a really good slimy heel, and I'd love to see more of him. For the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion, Chris Jericho defeated Matt Cardona. Big Bill and the Bad Apple got involved, and after the match, they put a beat down on Matt Cardona until Bandito made the save, and it looked like Bandito hurt himself in his very first move, his very first encounter during this run-in. He did a drop kick off the top rope, and on landing, I don't know if he knocked himself out, knocked the wind out of him, but he was out of it for a second or two. And then in the main event, which we were listening to at the start of the broadcast, the ROH Women's Champion Athena did defeat Billy Starks. AEW is going to be at Hammerstein for the next few nights. Tomorrow they are doing Collision. Right now they have about 1,300 tickets out. And then Sunday, I believe they are taping the Dynamite for next week. And right now they have about 1,300 tickets out for that show. Next month, GCW will be at Hammerstein, January 19th, for their big event. Right now, they have about 815 tickets out. I would not be surprised to see that show sell out as we get closer to the event. Let's get into the upcoming calendar. We've got a crazy lineup of shows coming up. I'm sorry. First, let's get into some ratings news. I got these slides going on here. So Wednesday night Dynamite ratings were up. Here's a breakdown for those of you who are into the breakdowns. We see it started off big with the big intro from the Big Bang Theory, and then it dropped, got back up a little bit, and then dropped for the main event portion of the show. I think it was a good show. Hopefully the ratings will continue to pick up. I think Wednesday night's crowd was a good crowd. Tonight's crowd was a good crowd. AEW really needs to stick to those 2,000 to 3,000 seat buildings and pack them in and get an excited crowd. It really sucks watching the show, and it's in a huge arena that's set up for 15,000 people, and you've only got 2,000 people. I always love the old ECW theory: get a 2,000 seat building and just jam them in there and give them a good show. And that's what they did Wednesday, and that's what they did tonight. More AEW news with their deal with Max. All live AEW programming airing on the WBD network will also be available to stream on Max and on demand after their live broadcast. AEW Dynamite, Collision, and Rampage, and all AEW pay-per-view library content through the end of 2024 will be made available on Max on a rolling basis. So don't expect everything all at once. They'll probably start putting 2019, 2020 slowly but surely. And then you see here at launch, all AEW Dynamite episodes and pay-per-views from the inaugural 2019 year will be available as more than 2 months, as well as more than 2 months of the most recent AEW program that aired across WBD's network. So January 1st, we're going to have the entire 2019 year pay-per-view and TV shows, which should be very good. I love to go back and watch some of those old episodes. Of course, AEW will be in action next Saturday, December 28th, for their World's End pay-per-view. Tomorrow night, Saturday night, Nick Gage returns to CZW. That will be on IWTV. I doubt that I'm going to be able to watch that one. We've got a bunch of football going on tomorrow. I may have results for the show, though, afterwards. I was a big fan of CZW back in the day, and we used to go to the Cage of Death all the time. I'm talking about early 2000s. But it's good to see Nick back with CZW. Hopefully they have a successful show tomorrow night. Of course, January the 1st is the premiere of AEW on Max. That's when we're going to get all that programming we just talked about. January the 4th, Wrestle Dynasty. January 4th is Wrestle Kingdom. January 5th is Wrestle Dynasty. This is the show in Japan. Kenny Omega is going to be going against Gabe Kidd. The Young Bucks are competing. What's cool about these is this year it's on a weekend. Usually January 4th, it might fall on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and you're up at 2, 3 in the morning watching New Japan. This year it's on a weekend. So thanks from all wrestling fans for the calendar falling just so we don't have to get up early on a work day or stay up late after work to watch the show. Then the next night, Monday, January 6th, Raw will be premiering on Netflix. Speaking of WWE, not Raw related, but SmackDown will be moving to 3 hours starting on January the 3rd. So right just before this, January 6th, Raw on Netflix. January 3rd, that previous Friday, SmackDown will be 3 hours. As we spoke about earlier, January the 19th, GCW returns to the Hammerstein Ballroom for the People versus GCW. You can see that on Triller TV. I've had a subscription to Triller for maybe 2 years, a little over 2 years. I think it's like $70 a year. Really good deal, especially if you're into indie wrestling and seeing wrestling that you wouldn't be able to see otherwise. Like tonight, while this Ring of Honor show was on, Triller had a House of Glory show on. I believe they were coming out of New York tonight, but the Hardys were on that show. So I'll probably watch some of that show just to catch up and see what the Hardys were like. But anyway, GCW on Triller, January 19th at Hammerstein Ballroom. Also on the 19th, TNA Genesis, their pay-per-view, coming from Dallas, Texas. So as you can see, we've got a very, very busy wrestling schedule coming up, guys, pretty much every weekend. And then if you're a football fan, we're in the heart of the college football playoff, closing out the NFL season, and NFL playoffs will be starting. So it's going to be busy pretty much every weekend for the next 2 to 3 months. And of course, that first Saturday in February is WWE Royal Rumble, which is their unofficial kickoff to WrestleMania season. And I did have I believe I may have had that on an earlier report for ticket sales, but I believe at last check, Royal Rumble already had over 40,000 tickets sold, maybe 45,000. So that's going to be a huge, huge success for the WWE. But as you can see, we've got a busy wrestling schedule coming up. I'm going to try to have some results for you of all these big shows. Maybe we'll do a live watch along for Rumble or another big show. We'll see how everything works out. But that is going to do it for this edition of RassleRama Radio, where we watched and reviewed the Ring of Honor Final Battle. If you saw the show, I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you're going to see any wrestling this weekend, I'd love to hear about it. Let me know where you're going, what you're watching, what you're seeing. And until next time, guys, take care and see ya.